Hey friends, we have a beautiful but chilly autumn morning. It's 21st of September today, can't speak, and we have about 14 Celsius on the thermometer, so it's not super warm, but it's nice. So let me take you through the garden and point out some of the key things. First, as always, my Acer pomatum is still staying green. It's about to start dropping leaves for winter, if you look carefully, but it's holding up nicely, as opposed to my dahlia and all of my dead marigolds. But we're not gonna dwell on that. Let's move through here. The main changes are that the fig no longer has a fig fruit on it because I ate it and it was delicious, and the bay tree no longer shares a pot with a squash plant. I put that squash plant out. Unfortunately, it became quite heavily infested, I want to say, with mildew, and it needed to go. It didn't produce me any usable fruit anyway. That's fine, I've got other squash plants. Then tomatillos, they're in the background, clearly starved of nutrients because of the color, but they're still producing fruit, which is crazy. The tomato that used to be in this plant is now all gone and eaten. And oddly, the lemon tree has covered itself in bloom. It does have some fruit on it that's trying to mature, so that's kind of funny to me. And then my beautiful rose is still trying to bloom. It has a few flower buds on it. If you look really carefully, you can just about see them. But that's not typically what's interesting to you, so let me spin you this way and take you through. I'll start here. First thing, the significant nasturtium that was here has been removed simply because it was aphids covered, and I like to have my laundry on this patio. I did not want aphids on my laundry, so that needed to go, but it has fulfilled its purpose as a sacrificial plant, so to say, really well. This way, the cosmos are still blooming beautifully, as is the lavender, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then lots of little plants hiding in that border, as well as massive cobwebs. If we look at the herb bed just over here, not a huge amount of change other than the celery is now completely gone, and the thyme is this one really taking over. The sage in the meantime has really revived after not so hot look of the summer, and I'm really pleased with that. Oregano is also doing really well. Alas, it is full of seeds really. I'll need to give that a trim. So is tarragon, to be honest. Everything is going to seed now. And then I also have some kohlrabi in there trying to bulb, as well as chicory right behind it that you can just about see. In this bed, you'll notice that the purple kale in here, as well as in the other bed, except for a couple, has been pulled out. This is because it was being eaten by something. I don't know what it was, I don't care. I have enough kale. I think it might have been a pigeon, to be perfectly honest. And then if you look down here really carefully, you can just about see little plants popping up, and all of these are radishes and bok choys. I've decided to utilize the space to do something. Weirdly, okra is trying to bloom. It's a little bit late for it, to be perfectly honest, given where we are and the temperatures, but we'll see what it does. Now, the odd thing here is that I still have peppers in those beds, specifically padron peppers as well as jalapenos, and they're doing something. Now the big question is whether I should pull them out and try to overwinter them, because you can do that with tropical peppers, tropical hot weather peppers, but I might not have space. Now, unlike the peppers doing great, my Atsuko cabbage, which is oldest, has all gone to seed, sadly, so no kimchi for me. I'll have to buy some Napa cabbage or something like that. Then let's move into this bed. I've mentioned to you something was eating my kale. This is my green kale, and yeah, I'm guessing a pigeon. I'm saying I'm not guessing. I've seen a pigeon try to eat it. But as mentioned, I do have some peppers in here. This, I don't know what it is, but these two, that one and that one, are jalapenos, and they have some fruit and they produce me a little bit, which is nice. The rest of the bed is currently empty. And then the last vegetable bed has the asparagus, which you can just about see amongst the weeds, and a magnolia. I am going to be moving the strawberries into here within the next month or two, hopefully, in hopes that it'll survive. They will survive, in fact. So we'll see how that goes. So this is the overall look onto the garden. It's you know, for end of September, it's still full of life and it's nice. And I've just noticed that that rose is also trying to bloom. which is kind of great. We've had a very unpleasant, very strange summer this year, so this is quite nice. One space that I don't normally talk about actually in too much detail is this space, but we now have some veggies. We have leeks and carrots popping up that I've planted probably at the end of July, if I remember correctly, so that's kind of cool. The leeks are thickening really quickly, even though they're teeny tiny, but it's quite pleasant. And then over here I have now pulled out 2 of the massive courgette plants, and these are still producing. The other ones were also, but it was just too many. So you can see that one's pretty much ready for harvest, and I think we might have some on the way there that are different variety. These are 2 actually summer squashes rather than courgettes. And then everything else, except this beautiful blooming cosmos, is starting to prepare itself for autumn, which is on one hand wonderful, on the other hand kind of sad. That's it. That's my garden, friends. Hope you enjoyed it. See you for the next one.